Wow, I can't believe it's been 3 weeks since my surgery. I feel so much better. I haven't taken any medicine today, and I wanted to show you the first week after my surgery. The first week was so horrible, and kind of feels like it was a nightmare. I have some footage of the first week, but I was in a lot of pain and I couldn't record a lot. And my wife was busy, was taking care of me, so she couldn't record a lot. We have some recordings I will share with you in this video, just to show how I looked like my first week and what I was just going through, all the emotions that was going through my face. I am doing so much better right now. So, like I got discharged from the hospital on Friday night around 8 p.m. My friend Rick came over and helped me to our home and all the way to my bed. He also got us medicine, well, for me. That way I could feel better. I was taking ibuprofen and Tylenol. I took it every 6 hours. I alternated them. So let's say I would take ibuprofen at 12 and 6, and Tylenol I would take it at 3 and 9. The narcotics were causing me heart palpitations. I ended up just taking ibuprofen and Tylenol, and oh my goodness, it hurt my face so much. It's the worst pain of my life that I ever felt. It just feels like my face was getting torn apart, and it was just really, really bad.
Okay, so this is Sunday, March the 13th, and it's 10:18 a.m. This is technically the third day, so he had surgery on Thursday. Our surgery was done at 8 p.m. or something. It was very long. But so then we have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so this is the third day. We're still looking pretty swollen, but he still can't talk. Sometimes he can move his tongue a little bit and make somewhat of a word. So it'll be like, say something. Yep, that's it. That's all we're getting. Alright, so here's the camera. Here's the profile view. Very, very swollen. The bottom lip is very crispy. I keep putting Vaseline on it. That little area where I had the dead skin, it finally slushed off a little bit. I had to like literally take it and cut it off. Pain level is still pretty high because he can't take narcotics. He's been only on Tylenol and ibuprofen, and some days are worse. Some hours are worse than the other hours because he can take Motrin every 6 hours. So if we get by the end of that 6 hour mark, like if he took it at 12 and it's like 5-ish now, he'll start to get pain and a little disappointment, I think. And I feel very hopeless, helpless. I can't do anything. He's not breathing well, and it sounds like he's dying. Some days, some hours, it really sounds really, really bad. Like he's like he can't move his oxygen, not well at all. But right now we're looking better, and he sounds better. That's his breathing right now. Maybe when I didn't do a lot of videos at the beginning because I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just trying to survive, trying not to lose my best friend. But he's doing better. He was actually able to go to the restroom by himself this morning at 6 a.m. Walk to not use it. We're still kind of on the bedside chamber kind of thing, but go to the restroom, wash out his teeth with chlorhexidine, and then come back, which is a big thing for us. Really big thing. He doesn't feel as dizzy, but very, very weak. Just very, very tired, very weak. Up until now, I think I was regretting it. I was just like, what have I done? Not that I made the decision to do it, but I feel like because of me knowing about the surgery and kind of educating him, he chose to do the surgery, but I was just like, I should not have even told you. So, very, very regretful. But now, like, it's morning, it's sunny, he's doing a little better, he breathes better. Like, I feel like he's actually moving oxygen. I think we're gonna be okay. Definitely looking forward to see how his bite is. I still haven't been able to see because his lip is really, really swollen. He can't close the lip right now. That's how it is. It was even worse before. It was just like hanging out like this. Like literally. Like it was just really big and all he saw is this. But I haven't tried to like move it apart to see the bite or anything. But as you can see, he is totally, totally wired shut. There's just, yeah. But still, we're not trying to look inside yet. We're just trying to recover. If you're wondering what this is still crispy blood. It's been crusted over. We're trying not to touch too much of his face because it hurts. He can't feel a lot, but it feels like tingly, he says. But it's painful and you kind of pressure anything. I do manage to, to take Q-tips and just kind of make sure this is clean, and then I put Vaseline a lot so he doesn't crisp over. But I think in a couple of days, maybe we'll try to clean up your face. Still haven't taken a full shower yet. It's day 3. He has been like sitting down in the bathtub and able to kind of wash himself a little bit, but he still hasn't taken like anything, so his hair is like, well, it's not too oily, but it's just, I'm sure whenever he does take a shower, it'll be finally nice to do so. Yeah, maybe we'll attempt it today. And then this morning again, I was packing his ice packs, and then I heard him in the bathroom. I was like, what? You made it there by yourself without me? Because I don't know, what if he falls? So he went there by himself again. But we still are doing like relieving by bedside. We have a friend coming over today. He's gonna try to walk up and down the hall today. We'll see how that goes, because you do want to start moving. After any surgery, you pretty much want to start moving, get your heart pumping, blood flowing.
So the doctor recommended that I should start moving around so my heart would start pumping and so I could go back into my original health. So my 3rd day in, I actually started walking. I had a friend come over and help me walk around the neighborhood. Not neighborhood, mostly like around the perimeter of our home. And we would do at least like 3 laps, then rest, and we probably did another 3 laps, and I rested.
He's been pretty stable. What I've been doing is, and I'll probably take like a full good amount to tell you what I've been like charting and making sure what medications he's taking his vitals, every like 2 hours, pretty much every 4 hours, 4 to 2 hours. Some hours he'll get really, really hot, and some hours he is like normal body temperature, but his actual temperature hasn't changed. It's been pretty stable at 96, 97. I think the highest it went was 97.6. I'm looking at it right now, 97.7. But his body, I would just touch it and he'd just be burning up. Did I have a fever after surgery? You had a fever after surgery, yeah. It was, I think the nurse said 100.2 or something like that. He didn't really get better until about 24 hours after he came home. And we were icing a lot. We were giving him medication.
I iced for 5 days straight. I would literally sleep with bags of ice on my face that was provided by the hospital. My wife would set up an alarm, and every 3 hours she would give me medicine and check my blood pressure and my temperature and my pulse, and also she would change the ice packs. That helped a lot. It reduced a lot of the swelling, and I felt so much better.
So when we finally got him home, I was able to change the packs as soon as they start to melt a little bit, so that it's nice and cold. That really helps with the swelling and the pain. Less swelling, less pain. We changed them to Motrin, which is ibuprofen, 40 milliliters every 6 hours, and I would stagger that with Tylenol, 10 milliliters every 6 hours also, so I would just switch them basically. Also, we finally got some antibiotics, which is amoxicillin he's taking, and he's got a nose spray, which I forgot this morning. We have to clean your nose and do the nose spray, and Sudafed. Sudafed is the decongestant. So by the time we got the Sudafed, he was really, really, really struggling to breathe. He can't breathe through his mouth a lot at all. It's really a struggle. So through his nose, he was only able to move air through one nostril, and it was it felt like it was 50% probably clogged up. And anytime he would breathe, his cheeks would puff up and down. That one, yeah. It was really bad. It was scaring me. I didn't sleep at all, pretty much. I was just sitting there watching him. And at one point he would be sleeping. It's really bad sleep apnea, almost where he would stop breathing, and he would try to and he can't. There's nothing moving. It really scared me. Really, really a lot. So when we finally got the Sudafed, got a couple rounds of it, because it's 10 milliliters every 6 hours. So I think after a full day of having it in his system, he's finally breathing better. I don't know. Did I miss anything so far? No. Alright, baby, yeah. He's doing good. Oh, hold on, get my... Let's see. Yeah, he's doing good. I did stress out a lot, so I was starting to get a lot of pain, but last night I finally was able to sleep. First I slept for 4 hours, I think, and then for 2 hours. And even though Sasha was in pain, and I woke up to give him his medication and everything, but I didn't wake up to change his ice bags a lot. He didn't wake me up, which he should have. But he let me sleep, so I finally feel like we're doing a little better for the baby, for Stefan. I still am getting contractions a little bit, but I think they're turning back into just Braxton Hicks. Before, I was really I would be sitting down, and I would get really bad contraction, and I was thinking, I can't go into labor right now. I can't.
So I ended up sleeping a lot because of all the pain, and because I couldn't do anything. I was just so tired, and with the incident happening, with my blood pressure dropping, I was just asleep all day. I didn't get out of bed probably until my third day in. And also, I had complications. One of the complications was the catheter. When they did the surgery, they inserted it incorrectly, so that caused trauma, and I ended up bleeding. So when we came home, obviously they took it out, and when I woke up at 6 a.m. on Saturday morning, I needed to pee. I ended up peeing, and during the process, I started feeling this pain, and I looked down and I'm bleeding. They gave me a canister specifically so I don't get out of bed. I probably filled up like 20% of urine, and the rest of it is just pure blood. And this was maybe, the canister was maybe like a liter, and I almost passed out. I just, once I was done, I sat down on the bed and I just was covered with sweat, and I was shaking, but I immediately started feeling better after the sweat. But that terrified my wife and terrified me. So my wife ended up calling the resident that was on call, and she asked them, well, what they didn't really tell us is I have to be well hydrated. And after the hospital, when we came home, because of all the pain, I couldn't stay hydrated. I didn't want to drink anything. I didn't want to eat anything, although I couldn't eat anything. Anything that I could have eaten was through a straw, such as like homemade juice or protein shakes. Even the protein shakes, they were very watery.
Because he was in a lot of pain, it hurts to swallow a lot. So I felt bad, so I wasn't like pushing fluids down him and making him do it. And so he was dehydrated and almost passed out on me at one point. And he looked like death himself. He was white, absolutely pale, a little blue. And this is before the bruising started to set in. Like right now the blue is gone. He looked like death. And he tried to pee at one point and just blood came out. It wasn't pee with blood. It was pure blood. Pure red blood. And like the canister they gave us to like bedside kind of chambers canister, he filled it up. And he was like, he said it hurt so bad. It hurt so much that he instantly was sweaty, like wet, because of the pain. When he was peeing, he couldn't stand. He just kind of sat down. I thought he was going to fall over. And he just was wet from the pain. And then after he peed, he felt so much better. Then I felt good after sweat. Yeah, after he sweated, he felt good, but he looked terrible. He looked very pale. He had a little bit of a blue tinge to his fingers. I mean, it was just to his nails. Not like this. This is just nail polish. He felt, I mean, I thought I was going to lose him. And I'm very grateful for Garrett. He's the resident. There we go, that's the word, resident. And so I would call him so much. And when that happened, I called him right away, and he picked up, which was amazing. And he kind of calmed me down, and he said, yeah, it's because he hasn't been having a lot of fluids. And I was like, well, now that I know.
One of the things that I failed to mention, the residents helped out so much. They were amazing. They were there from the beginning. After the surgery that night, they came over to visit me and ask how I'm doing and told me how the surgery went. They were very happy about me, and they're saying, wow, you look really good. You're doing so great. That made me so happy. I was just amazed. And I remember one of the things when they were talking to me, I told them I texted to them and showed them, I really appreciate you guys. And then I showed them, I love you. They're like, oh, I love you too, Alex. It was a cool experience. They were just so awesome throughout this whole time. They were so helpful. Especially when I had problems, my wife would call one of them because he was on call, and she would ask him questions like, hey, Alex almost just passed out and he was bleeding a lot. What should I do? Should we go to the emergency room? Or should we stay home? I don't know what to do. So he told her that I need to be well hydrated, and if it's really an emergency, we should go to an ER, but I didn't feel like it was.
Because in the hospital he was on the IV, so he's constantly getting fluids, but here he's not. So he became very dehydrated, and because he had problems with the catheter during the surgery, it just caused that kind of problem. So then I started pushing down fluids down his throat. I would wake him up pretty often, and even though he was just like groggy and almost frustrated, I knew that he wasn't frustrated at me. I think he was in a lot of pain. I still pushed fluids down. Like, I would make him take this whole, I'd fill this up and make him drink all of it. This is 60 milliliters. And then after that, he still had a little bit of blood for a little bit, for like the next 12 hours, I think. But now he's being normal, and he's actually more active about drinking juice and water. He's not hungry. We try to have a little protein shake, just so that, the medication is harsh on your GI system, so we're not looking at any of that other. So he does force himself to take a little bit of a protein shake, but mostly he's water, juice. I bought some juice from Aldi, this organic one. We're really liking it. Also, I made my own juice with beets, carrot, celery, and apple. That one has a lot of nutrients. We tried soup yesterday, but I made a mistake. I made the broth and it was really good. It's bone broth, so it's really healthy for you and good. But then I put in some tomatoes and peas in there, and carrots, and it's really good. But what I did was I blended it, but I guess the blending itself didn't happen as well, because it can't go through this, like, it's really too thin. But all the other straws we kind of have didn't work, so it was really frustrating for him to eat. Even though he liked the soup, like, pieces would get stuck and it was spilling everywhere. So I think he got one syringe down. No, not even that. Oh, and because he was kind of trying to eat like this, so just make it go down. We feel like some of it got into his sinus. I don't know how. I don't know if there's they opened it from inside and it blew up a little bit. Like, he got soup in his sinus. Maybe it felt like it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it just felt like that's what he got. But yeah, he, like, when he was eating, that part right there, it like went like this. And then he drank some water and it went down though. But I have some bone thawing right now. I'm just gonna make just a broth, and that's what we're gonna use, just to get nutrients. Even though I know he's not hungry. It's interesting to me because I am like starving over here. I'm eating, but it's been day 3 and he's just had a little bit of protein. And he's fine. I keep asking him, are you hungry? You're hungry, you're hungry. He's not. He doesn't want anything. I have to, like, now that he's a little better, I don't have to force fluids down his throat. He's actually asking for water or juice. But before, I literally had to, like, force it down his throat. He was just in so much pain that he wasn't crying, but, like, tears would just be going down just because it's so much pain. But he's been a real trooper. I don't know of any person that can go through this kind of surgery and just be on Tylenol and ibuprofen. Just Tylenol and ibuprofen, and be able to make it through. I don't know anybody that can do it. Alright, I think that's it. So this is day 4, and so far we've moved on to broth finally, and that's my food. I'm getting some coffee too. This is Sasha turned profile. Very good. We're getting some sun and just enjoying our morning. It's Monday morning, Sasha's moved on to the water bottle, kind of like that. How does that going? Good. Is that better than the little straw thingy? Okay. Give us a smile.
I had my follow-up appointment on Tuesday that week, and going to the clinic, or should I say to the dental school, it was very hard for me because first of all I was very hot, so it was very cold that day, maybe in the 40s, yeah, like 40 degrees Fahrenheit. I literally took my coat off and walked with a t-shirt on. I was like overheating. I felt so nauseous. I almost didn't make it, but I made it. And during that time when I was walking, I had an ice pack over my face.
First follow-up visit Tuesday, March. Look at that. There you go. You know, you look like a little bit like the Grinch. Let's see, March 17th, the 15th at 10 a.m. March 15th. You look a little bit like the Grinch. Let's do your profile. Very good. You look nice. We'll see what the doctor says. Sasha, say hi. How are you?
I'm good.
You're good? Very good. He looks like a little chipmunk. You're so cute. Doctor said everything looks good and we're moving on to the road of recovery. Next Tuesday he will be unwired, so he'll be able to talk. Because right now his upper and lower jaw are wired shut. This is day 6 after surgery. Today is Wednesday, March the 16th at 6:18 p.m. This is the face we have right now. Definitely quite a lot of swelling still left. But he's definitely getting my feeling and facial expression smile. There we go. And then say something. There we go. Sash, can you tell me what you did today? I wanted to put this on record that last time that Sasha ate any solid food was a week ago around this time. So far we're just drinking broth, as you can see, and very liquidy protein shakes and juice.
One of the things that I noticed before recording this video, I did a couple test runs and I looked at the video. I noticed that half of my face is still not moving properly, especially when you look at the lips. The lips move more on one side than the other. My surgeon told me I need to work on my speech, enunciate everything. That way my muscles work better. Seems like it's been working so far. I'm still numb. I'm numb right here, and right here. And my lips are a little numb, but they're starting to come back. The numbness will take a few months to go away. It's a long process. I'm already satisfied with my results. My teeth seem to be better. I'm also practicing the way I bite. Everything moved, so the muscles have to get used to the new bite. So I have to practice a lot. As you noticed, I haven't shaved in a long time. Well, not a long time. This is 3 weeks. I know, 3 weeks. Some of you guys are laughing, but 3 weeks, that's it. But I haven't shaved since my surgery. I tried shaving my mustache. It just felt very weird. I couldn't feel anything. And I decided not to shave my beard because I didn't want to damage my skin. I think I should just trim my beard and my mustache from now on. It's gonna be a while until I shave because I cannot feel a thing. So if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bye bye, until next time.
Handsome looking man over here. He got the Kim Kardashian lips, does it?